The LGH Connections Polaris Award recognizes an individual, an organization, or a business that exemplifies the value of partnership and collaboration in our communities. This year, the Leadership Greater Hartford Polaris Connections Award is proudly presented to Christopher Clarke.
When I think of Chris Clarke, I think of somebody who is literally everywhere. And certainly within our chamber, he's ubiquitous. So I nominated Chris for the Connections Award because that is who Chris is. The word that comes out of Chris's mouth almost all the time is synergies. And Chris is always looking for synergies, different ways to connect people, to connect organizations for mutual benefit. You can't be invited to a room that you don't know exists. While West Hartford itself is a very diverse community, and that includes the business owners, our chamber maybe wasn't as reflective of that community as it could be. Chris had come to me after meeting with some other chamber members and asked if we would consider forming a committee that focused exclusively on minority-owned and represented businesses.
So the Minority Business Network, the main focus is to create opportunities and spotlights for businesses and professionals of color. And through that, we've created a series of events. Most popular has been what we call our colorful conversations. So that started off as something we did initially with Charter Oak Community College. And we just discussed things that are of import to communities of color. And then, one of our other very popular things that we do is a very laid back, networking event that we hold on the fourth Friday of each month at Luna's Pizza in West Hartford. And it's kind of come and go freely and meet new people and make new friends, which is, one of my favorite things to do. When I think about the work that I do, the most meaningful thing is to help people go from being good to great. Whenever I meet somebody, my brain starts clicking as to who can I introduce you to help you get from where you are to where you ultimately want to be. I don't even think about it anymore. It just kind of happens.
I think the first way that Chris is a guiding light for our community is that he is visible and available. I don't envy his phone. I know many people, myself included, reach out to Chris. There's no such thing, I don't think, as putting Chris Clarke on the spot.
I would say the major inspiration is my kids. And I know it sounds hokey because every dad is going to say, my kids drive me, but it's true. If I think about the reason I get up in the morning and the reason I go out and work as hard as I do is because I go, every connection that I make is one more person who can help my kids along their path at some point. I've had the opportunity of meeting some amazing people during the course of my life. And I always say to my kids, if you have the opportunity to spend time with somebody who's a little further down the road than you are, take it.
The word connections to me means looking for the commonality first. What is the compelling reason to connect this person with this person or this organization with this organization? But it's what happens after that I think the real magic happens, because everybody brings their own unique perspectives and ideas and talents to the table, and how could those be used for mutual benefit? That, for me, is really what Connections is all about.
If I think about the meaning of the word connections, I think about it as building bridges, building pathways to other people and to other communities and businesses, right? And just finding ways to work together. I think community leadership is important because I think about the world in terms of you choose your path based on what you see other people doing, and you go, oh, that person's doing it, so it's attainable. Or you think about it from a perspective of looking at the gaps that exist and saying, I have the skills and ability to fill that gap. What would I want people to say and what would I want people to think? He helped. I mean, simple as that. I had a problem, or I needed some direction, or I needed a friendly ear, and Chris Clarke helped me out.
Chris, thank you for your work as a bridge builder and connector of people, businesses, and communities throughout Greater Hartford. We are thrilled to recognize you with the 2023 Connections Polaris Award.